Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Brought to you today by the app called Flick, which is free to download. The link is in the description if you want to download that app right now for free and get involved in the show. We do things like polls every day. I'm also going to be on Flick tonight, right, at 10 o'clock, answering all your transfer questions, right? So please get on there tonight, 10 o'clock UK time. I'm going to be on Flick answering all your questions, fire all your questions at me regarding transfers, and I will do my best to answer them. We did a poll on Flick yesterday, and we asked the question, do you think that Arsenal will sign Thomas Partey? That was the question. Do you think we'll get this deal done? 76% of you said yes. 24% said no. Wow, you lot are very... That's some optimistic people out there. 76%. Wow. Well, listen, I hope you guys are right, man, and that this comes true, because would love to see that deal happens. It persists today. It persists. Remember, we spoke about it yesterday. Lucas Torreira, of course, seems to be the key to this deal possibly being done, or does he? Does he hold a key? Spoke about it yesterday. Rumors abound that Lucas Torreira is wanted by Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid would like to bring Torreira over there to Spain. Now, remember, initially there was a host of Italian clubs after him, including Torino. They seem to be at the front of the queue. But it does look now that Torino have really cooled their interest in it and are very unlikely to do a deal for Torreira. The sort of number one club out there that's emerged as the major place that he could end up is Atletico Madrid. They want him, but they want him on a loan deal. That's what they want, a loan deal with a possible option to buy at the end of it. And also, the rumors is that they're not prepared to include Partey in the deal. Now, I don't know. To me, for Arsenal, it would make sense for it to be Torreira plus some money for Partey, or if it's a loan deal, then, you know, maybe loan us Partey back in the other direction. It's a real strange one, this one, because do they want Torreira to replace Partey? It doesn't seem like it. It looks like they want Torreira as well as Partey, possibly. Or is it just part of the real sort of hardball stuff that is being played by Atletico Madrid? As I said, they're just like loan only. Loaning for a season, option to buy, that's it. Partey's not included. If that was me doing the business at Arsenal, I would be like, get lost. Or is it that we're so desperate to try and just get some money for Torreira that we do that deal? For me, as I said, I'd be like, it makes sense. We want Torreira. You want Torreira. We want Partey. Let's do a deal where something can happen with, you know, we know that Partey at this moment in time is valued at a lot more. We'll put a bit of money in. You can have Torreira. It makes sense. Or some sort of loan, as I said, loan deal, you loan, we loan. But if it's just going to be all weighted towards Atletico Madrid, do one. That's what I'm hoping that Arsenal will say. You do one. Because I'm sorry, you know what I mean? That wouldn't make no sense to me, just to let Torreira go out there on loan and then we getting nothing back in return when we all know that we're after Partey. If that's the case, keep Torreira. That's how I'm looking on it. Keep Torreira, because we do need a defensive midfielder. Maybe keep him and we can get the best out of him. But if it's just going to be a one-weighted direction deal, forget it. But I'm not Edu. I'm not the person doing the negotiating. So we're going to have to see how that one pans out. Matteo Guendouzi, of course, is a player that we know that looks like he's on his way out of Arsenal. I was saying yesterday it was going to be interesting to see if he figures in the game against Leicester on Wednesday. Make sure you check out the preview that I've done for that Leicester game. It's going to be coming out later today, and that's what I was talking about in that there's certain players that could be missing from that lineup or could play that will give us a more indication of who's staying and who's going. But there's a lot of talk coming out of France that Guendouzi's handed in a transfer request. There's some places saying he handed in a full transfer request. There's others saying an informal transfer request. Wherever you read it, it seems to be different. But that's the talk, that he's handed in a transfer request and he wants to leave the club. I mean, he's very unhappy, obviously. He's not being played. He's obviously not figuring at all. He's not figured in any of the two squads so far, despite being fit for the game against Fulham, for the game against West Ham. So he wants to leave. But also there was this really sort of, I don't know, when I saw it at the time yesterday, seemed like a bit of a strange rumour with, linking Guendouzi with a swap deal for one of two Chelsea players, N'Golo Kante or Hudson-Odoi. That was the rumours yesterday, that, this swap deal's on the cards. Now, I was looking at it and I was like, well, Kante, yes, 100%. I'll be honest, listen, we need a defensive midfielder. If Partey, we can't get the Partey deal done, and we could swap Guendouzi for Kante, let's do that, and let's do that fast. But I really doubt that. I don't know really how this rumour sort of came about, but could you imagine Chelsea fans? They would lose it if that happened. I really, really doubt that. The Hudson-Odoi one, maybe. But then Hudson-Odoi just signed a new deal recently with Chelsea for a lot of money. Who could the swap deal at Chelsea be for? Could it be for Tammy Abrahams, Mason Mount? I don't know. I find it highly unlikely, but I'm telling you, it was raging on Twitter yesterday. There was even suggestions swapping me for Sophie at Chelsea. She's a lot better looking than me, that's for sure. But seriously, I mean, I can't see that. I've done a poll today on Flick. Vote in there. I've suggested a few Chelsea players, right, that we could. There's one in there, you'll be killing yourself with laughter, right? So get onto the Flick app. It's free to download and vote in that poll today. But that one seems a strange one. I still think it's going to be a case of Guendouzi, Arsenal trying to find a club that they can move him onto, but they're struggling at the moment. There's not loads of clubs coming in for Guendouzi at the moment. This is a really strange transfer window. It's tight out there. The money's just not there. We got to be real, There's been a few big deals. I mean, Chelsea have gone mad, but remember the circumstances around that. Chelsea have had, about 3 transfer windows where they haven't spent any money because they had that ban in place, right? But apart from them, who's gone mad spending money? Nobody really. Nobody, because the money is just not there. And then, we read today that the plan to get fans back into the ground in October, that's now been paused because there's been a rise again of the cases of coronavirus in the UK. So the government have paused all that. Again, clubs are going to be losing so much more money. Arsenal projected, if this carries on, to lose up to £150 million. The money just isn't there to make these mega signings, despite what people are saying. So the Guendouzi, I think under normal circumstances, Arsenal would have been looking to be getting like upwards of 35 to 40 million for Guendouzi. I think at the moment they can completely forget that. And they're really struggling to move him out of the club. A player, though, that there seems to be a lot of interest in is Callum Chambers. We spoke about it yesterday. Chambers out for a long time through injury, but Leeds have emerged as the latest club that are very interested in his signature. They're after a centre-back. Remember, they had Ben White, who was on loan from Brighton last season at Leeds, and he had a great season for them. They tried to sign him on a permanent deal, but Brighton refused, and Brighton have kept him on. And Leeds are still looking for that centre-back. Even though they've started the season well, Leeds, they're conceding a lot of goals. I think 7 goals in 2 games. They've obviously got a problem at the back, and they would like to bring in Callum Chambers. Arsenal apparently won about £15 million for him, which would be great if they could get that for a player that's been out injured for so long. But if there's lots of clubs coming in for him, that ramps up the interest and that ramps up the price. West Ham are also interested, Fulham and Newcastle. So interesting to see where he will end up at the end of this transfer window that Callum Chambers wanted today by Leeds. And Arsenal did make another signing yesterday. No secret, this one. We've spoken about it now for well over a week. And that's the signing of Alex Runarsson, who's come in as the backup goalkeeper, replacing Emi Martinez, who, by the way, yesterday on his debut, Martinez made a fantastic save from a penalty. They've got themselves an incredible signing, Aston Villa, for £20 million there. But yeah, Runarsson signed for Arsenal yesterday. The 25-year-old joins from Dijon, from over there in France, and will wear the number 13 shirt. Number 13. When I saw that, I was like, not many people back in the day would wear number 13 on their back. That was deemed as unlucky. But obviously, Runarsson is not a superstitious type, and he will be wearing number 13. Edu's quotes on the signing, he said, "We're very pleased to welcome Alex to our squad. We have been monitoring him for some time, and from our analysis, he has strong attributes that we look for in a goalkeeper and as a person." And Runarsson was, obviously very excited to join Arsenal, and was asked to sort of describe himself as a keeper. What type of a keeper is he? And he said, "I would say that I'm a modern goalkeeper." These are his quotes. "It's one of my best attributes that I'm comfortable with my feet. I can play with my right and my left foot. I'm not afraid to play as a sweeper. I'm also good one-on-one." So, yep, that's the type of keeper that Arsenal are looking for now. We know that how Arteta wants to play is about playing out from the back very comfortably. And again, Runarsson there saying that those are his strengths: playing out from the back, left foot, right foot, sweeper keeper. And that is the type of keeper that Mikel Arteta wants. It'd be interesting to see if maybe he starts in the game against Leicester tomorrow in the Carabao Cup. There will be loads of changes in there, but will he start? Listen, thanks for watching the show today. Don't forget to download the app Flick. I'm going to be on there tonight, 10 o'clock, right? Ask me any questions you want. That's 10 o'clock UK time in case you're abroad. So get involved in the show. I'll be answering all your questions regarding transfers. And don't forget to vote in our poll. Swap deal, Guendouzi for a Chelsea player. Vote in that poll right now. Thanks for watching the show, and I'll see you tomorrow. No, this isn't a robbery at the end of the video. We are telling you about these brand new masks from Mask SC in football-inspired colours. You can get your team on it. The link is in the description. Get on it right now.